my review for WWE Money in the Bank. All in all, I thought it was a good show, aside from one match, which we'll talk about, and Peacock messing up, which we'll also talk about. But I thought it was a good show. All the matches were good to really good, and I didn't have too many complaints. So, this is my review. Gonna go down the card, tell you my thoughts. Let's get started. So on the pre-show, we had the SmackDown Tag Team title match. Ray and Dominic versus the Usos. Alright, now on Twitter, I said that this should have been on the main card, and the Raw Tag title match should have been on the pre-show. This was before the Raw Tag title match happened, but I still feel that way. I still feel that the Raw match should have been on the pre-show, and this should have been on the main card. Although both matches were about the same, in my opinion, I still feel I cared about the SmackDown more. But I think I get why they put this on the pre-show, and we'll get to that in a little while. So I think this was an okay match. I think Dominic really looked good. He showed his moves. He went for, I think it was a crossbody off the top rope, and the Usos caught him and tossed him into the barricade. Jimmy Uso hit a clean pop-up Samoan drop to Dominic. That looked really nice. Rey Mysterio went for a 619 on Jay, but Jimmy covered Jay and took the hit. Then Jay hit the super kick and the splash for a 2 count. The match ended when Jimmy put Ray into the turnbuckle, he had him on his shoulders. He lifted him up and face first into the turnbuckle and rolled him up. And as he was in the roll-up, Jay used his feet to get better leverage. He put his feet into Jimmy's back to keep him, leveraged over Ray. So the Usos pick up the win and the new SmackDown Tag Team titles, which I believe I called that, right? So, like I said, okay match. Alright, I had to cut to drink some water. I remembered to cut that out this time. The last review, I left a clip in of me drinking water, and nobody told me. Dre told me the next day that I left that in. Nobody told me. But I'll try my best to cut it out this time. So the next match was the Women's Money in the Bank. It was Liv Morgan, Asuka, Naomi, Natalya, Tamina, Zelina Vega, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Ash. On commentary, they kept calling her Nikki ASH for almost a superhero. Just say Nikki Ash. ASH is so stupid. Just call her Ash. This gimmick is kind of dumb by itself. They should have gave her the gimmick, but kept Nikki Cross. The name of this gimmick is dumb. They're making it dumber. So, I thought it was a good match. To Alexa, she looked really good. Good. But she started, as people were making their entrance, she stayed on the turnbuckle like this, just watching. I thought that was pretty funny. So at the start of the match, everybody went on the outside to get a ladder. She came off the turnbuckle finally, went into the middle of the ring, and just, she's gonna use magical powers to get the briefcase. And luckily, I think it was Asuka, stopped it. So they teased that off the bat. And already I was like, oh boy, what funny shit are they gonna do? So I wrote down Liv Morgan looked really good in this match. Natalia also played big parts in this match. Tamina, she had a ladder and she was in the middle of the ring. She didn't have it set up, but she was holding it. It was closed. She was setting it up. She was holding it closed. So Liv Morgan jumps on the ladder as Tamina's holding it and climbs up the ladder and reaches for the case. I thought that was a awesome spot. But she just throws Liv off. Natalia, Liv, and Zelina, they were on top of the ladder. Though I think it was Liv and Natty on top of the ladder. And then Zelina came up from behind, and it looked like she was gonna grab Natty for like a German, but she pulled Natty down, and it was just a botch. They messed it up. Nikki, here's something I had a problem with. So, the 6 women were in the ring. Nikki was outside the ring on top of the ladder, and she's just posing. The superhero pose, getting set up, and the 6 women are just in the ring fighting. They actually moved closer to Nikki, and all this time she's just posing, and finally she jumps off the ladder to do a crossbody, barely makes the jump. It just looked bad. Then they buried Alexa on the outside with the ladders. I thought she was gonna break out or something, but no, she stayed under the ladders. So the match ended. There's 3 ladders in the ring. All 6 women, not all women, because Alexa was outside, but 6 women were on top of the ladder, punching each other. And then Nikki Cross just sneaks up behind Liv Morgan, grabs the case like nothing. And the crowd didn't even notice it. They were shocked when they realized Nikki grabbed it. Like it was nothing. Now, I'm not downplaying her win. I like Nikki Cross. I'm glad she got Money in the Bank. But that, I said on Twitter, that win was so anticlimactic. She snuck behind Liv. Everybody was voting for Liv. Liv was hot. Figuratively and literally. She was hot. Everybody loved her. So they thought Liv was gonna get it, and Nikki just comes behind, reaches up, and like I said, pulled it down. And the crowd didn't even realize it. So, it was a good match. Not the best. It was good. Like I said, Liv looked good. Natty was good. And Naomi did some spots. But all in all, it was a good match. Oh, I forgot to say this. While they were making their entrances, Naomi came out. And I'm just thinking, man, she's still doing this glow thing. It's been almost 6 years. Can Naomi be serious? Not saying I hate the glow, but it's been almost 6 years. Can we move away from it? Am I the only person that feels like that? Let me know in the comments. So, coming back to, alright, so we had a bloodline segment in the back with Roman and the Usos. And Roman's telling the Usos, I'm happy that you won, this and that, but winning the titles was easy. I did most of the work. I did everything. I did this for you. And during him talking, they panned up on Jimmy. Like he was saying, Jay, I made you see the light. And then he got to Jimmy, and the camera panned into him, and Roman just shook his head. I thought that was funny. Like, I think that was a little hint to his DUI. Like, Jimmy, he messed up, and Roman, like Jimmy, I covered for you. Your mistake. The only reason you're not fired is because you're in this storyline. Am I looking too far into that? But I thought this was funny. That was funny. That pan to Jimmy. But Roman said, this was easy. I did this for you. Now, I need you to do something for me. And I don't know, because we'll get to this later. The Usos ran out in the main event. But I don't know if he was, like, hinting towards that, to do that for them, to do that for him, or something else in the future. But he said, I need you to do something for me. But I'm going to take a guess and say it was the running later on. So the next match was Raw Tag Team titles. It was AJ Styles and Omos versus the Viking Raiders. I thought this was a good match. Again, the Viking Raiders worked on AJ. He was selling for them. Omos did his spot there. AJ ran the ropes and jumped into Omos's arms, and Omos launched AJ to the outside. And AJ came down on, I think it was Eric, and gave him a Hurricane Rana outside. That was a really good spot. Ivar made a hot tag. He did his cartwheel clothesline. Omos took Eric from the turnbuckle and launched him across the ring. That was pretty cool. And then after this, I'm not gonna lie, I spaced out. I was like I was watching, but I was out of it. And then when I came back, conscious, this was unique. Because I've seen things in the tag match where people go for the cover and then their partner, like, throws them into the pinfall to break it up. But this was unique. Omos shoved, was it Ivar? From the ropes, half, like, to the other side of the ring, just to break up the pin. That was unique. I never seen that. But the match ended with Omos giving, I think it was Eric, the two-handed slam for the win. So Omos and AJ retained. Like I said, thought it was a good match. I spaced out towards the end, or I think it was in the middle towards the end, but thought it was a good match. Next is the WWE title. Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. This match was okay. It was But, like I told somebody on Instagram during the show, this is what we expected. We expected Bobby to dominate. You saw the promo at the end of Raw. He's cutting the bullshit. So, Kofi Kingston got a little offense, but Bobby just dominated. He threw Kofi into the turnbuckle on the outside, the turnbuckle 3 times. He hit 3 dominators, and he hit the hurt lock for the submission win to retain. I said this in my predictions. I think I said something about Bobby versus Goldberg for SummerSlam. So, we all expected Bobby to win and to dominate after Raw. So, this was an okay, but I'm going to say okay because we expected it. Next is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's title match. This was a really good match. Just back and forth, power, just giving them a taste of their own moves. It was back and forth. And in the beginning, the crowd broke into a huge Viva Becky chant, which Charlotte graciously flipped them off. But Peacock, blacked it out. During while Charlotte was flipping off the crowd, they went to a black screen. And I tweeted this out. I'm like, really? Is this what we're doing now? We can't even flip off the crowd? Really? That kind of pissed me off. But like I said, this was a really good match. Back and forth power. There was a spot where Rhea went for, she caught Charlotte, and she was going for, Cesaro, muscles people up into a suplex. That's what Rhea did. Charlotte was a little too, she didn't have the full grip on Charlotte, but she still hoisted her up into a suplex. Charlotte hit an outside moonsault, which didn't look that bad. Rhea was going for the riptide, and Charlotte turned it into a DDT. That looked nice. Charlotte hit a top rope natural selection for the 2 count. That was a nice looking move. Good near fall. It was good. And then at the end of the match, Charlotte put Rhea's leg between the steel steps and just kicked the steps. It was between the post and the steps. So she just kept kicking the steps into her leg. And I'm just thinking, this is a good spot, but man, how is this not a DQ? I mean, the table hitting Charlotte at the top of the table was a DQ. This has to be a DQ, no? But it wasn't. She kicked the steps into Rhea's leg about 5 times, got her back in the ring, and put on the figure 8 for the win. So Charlotte is your new women's champion, Raw women's champion. I thought they were going to hold off till SummerSlam. I did not think Charlotte was going to win. So either Rhea gets a rematch, or maybe Nikki Cross cashes in. I don't know. I don't know who Charlotte's opponent could be. Next was our men's Money in the Bank match. And this is where Peacock broke. So they had a little backstage thing at gorilla position with Riddle and Nakamura's guitar player, what's his name, Rick Boots, and Peacock just started bucking up. the glitching, the cuts, the black screens. It is bad. So people were making their entrance. Peacock was still fucking up. So I just went to take a shit. 7 minutes later, I come back. The match is just starting. The bell just rings. Peacock is still fucking up. And it was unwatchable. So finally, I close the app. I restart the app, go back in, and it was fine. And then when I tune back in, Rollins and Morrison were teaming up. And this was interesting, because I've seen team-ups, but they were going for a long time. They were working on Kevin Owens. Rollins hit a Falcon's arrow on Owens on the side of the ladder. That looked like a bitch to take. John Morrison hit a 360 elbow on, I think, was it Owens? On top of a ladder, and he barely connected. It still looked nice, though, to flip. Riddle was out here hitting RKOs, RK Bros. He hit them pretty good. And then Drew McIntyre took control. He hit a double claymore. He flew over the ropes and hit a somersault dive. He was going for the briefcase, and Jinder and his boys came out and attacked Drew, hit him with the chair, took him to the back. We never saw from him again. Ricochet did this nice spot where he then, I think, Riddle was climbing the ladder. So Ricochet was on the turnbuckle. He tight-locked the ropes, leaped on to the ladder, and then someone tipped the ladder, and Ricochet jumped off the ladder, then on the top, the middle rope, jumped off, and hit like a swanton. That was fucking sick. It sounds like a lot I just explained, but it looked great. Later on in the match, KO came back. He was hitting stunners. He would hit a stunner, go up for the briefcase, come down, hit a stunner, go up, come down, hit a stunner, go up. Finally, he came down, and I think he had a pop-up powerbomb to Ricochet. Seth Rollins hit a powerbomb to KO from the ring to the outside, through the ladder, broke the ladder. KO, he took the worst spots in this. He did. And then the end of the match came with Big E hitting the big ending on Seth Rollins off the ladder and grabbing the briefcase. So Big E wins, like I said. And it came down to Seth Rollins and Big E. Also, the two people I thought were going to win. So I found it cool that it came down to them. Really good match. I actually thought this was match of the night. I had this as match of the night. Main event was probably second, but this was a crazy match. And then the main event. It was Roman Reigns versus Edge for the Universal title. Now, okay, this is an unpopular opinion. I thought it was, I don't want to say a good match. It was a little above good, but I wasn't into it as much as I saw people on Twitter talking about it. This match, it started slow for me. I found myself, doing other things. I was on Instagram DMing people looking up. Like, I don't know, it started slow. Roman hit a Samoan drop on the outside that looked really good. And then he got dead again. And then Edge hit a comeback. And then it started to heat up. Edge made a comeback, hit the face buster, execution. He locked in the crossface. He went for the spear. Roman turned it into the guillotine. Roman took Edge outside, went to spear Edge, through the barricade, but Edge moved. Roman broke the barricade. Then Edge got up. Roman got up, and Edge speared Roman through the barricade. Roman hit a Superman punch. It hit Edge, but it knocked out the referee. That's another thing. I find that, is it just me? Because it's like the third match consecutively that Roman has had a ref bump followed by interference. This is beginning to be a constant in Roman Reigns matches. Is it just me? I don't know. So, the ref took a bump. Edge goes outside, grabs the chair, breaks off the bottom piece, puts Roman in the crossface with the edge of the chair. The Usos run out to try to help, but you see the Mysterios creeping in the back. I think they messed up the angle, but you see the Mysterios, they stop the Usos. Edge still had the crossface on Roman, and then Seth Rollins came from the audience, kicks Edge in the back of the head. Roman goes to do the Superman punch, but Edge hits a spear for I think a 2 count. So Edge goes to hit another spear. Rollins comes back out again. Well, Rollins goes back out. Then Edge went for another spear. Rollins held his foot, and Roman speared Edge for the 3 count. Like I said, I'll say it was really good. About really good. I don't know. Maybe it's just me not paying attention. So, Edge and Rollins go to the back. Roman grabs a mic. He says, "Now all of you can acknowledge me." And then the Oregon Duck himself, John Cena, makes his return. The music hits. The crowd pops. I think they said he was gone for 2 years. Has it been 2 years since John Cena left? But he came out looking like a duck. Green, yellow, got his towel, his hair's grown, still got the bald spot, but he came out, great pop, stared down Roman. So it's gonna be Roman and Cena at SummerSlam. And I can't wait for that. I think that's gonna be a really good match again. So, like I said, I thought this was a good pay-per-view. Aside from Bobby, all the matches didn't disappoint. I thought Roman Reigns was really good. The ladder match, the men's ladder match, was my favorite. Rhea versus Charlotte, really good. And the other matches were good. I can't complain. Alright, my alarm went off. Sorry about that. But like I said, I can't complain. Give this match a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of the show. Did I say give this match a thumbs up? I give this show a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought. If you agree with me, if you liked it, you think it sucked. Let me know if you didn't even watch. You just want to see my review. But let me know what your favorite match was. And yeah, your review of the show. Leave a like if you like my review. Subscribe if you're new. turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload. Have a nice day, guys.